Arriving at St Patrick Station. Doors will open on the left.
Hey folks, it is Saturday, July 27th, 3:45 p.m. is the time, and I am here at St. Patrick Station. I'm just making my way up to street level, of course. They still haven't yet replaced the tiles along the outer wall of the station here, giving it this cool Death Star kind of vibe. And in this one, I'll be heading on up and making my way through Baldwin Village and then over through Chinatown and Kensington Market, and then it'll be over to Trinity Bellwoods. And the reason I'm heading to Trinity Bellwoods is there's a festival there this weekend. Streetcars westbound University Avenue. That festival is Ozfest. And being the dummy that I am, I came up on the wrong corner. Oh well. Well, taking that view to the south with the CN Tower. So in the video I posted this morning, I walked along this stretch of Dundas. In fact, I recorded that last night. I'm going to make a right in a few blocks and head up into Baldwin Village. Not sure where that guy thinks he's going. Oh, we can get a look at these expanded and now properly protected bike lanes on University Avenue. Sadly, north of here at Bloor Street, A 24-year-old cyclist lost her life a few mornings ago. I think there's a ghost ride being held in her honor, I think on Wednesday. And we're going west on the north side of Dundas Street west here. I imagine it would be a busy day down by the waterfront. Mini convention of delivery riders. We're racing.
Who's faster? Can you be faster? Oh, the people. Stop at the lights.
He's doing well. I think she said that's his first time. And we've made it to McCaul, so I'm going to turn right here and head up into Baldwin Village. There's the Art Gallery of Ontario. Village Genius Pub. That church there is St. Patrick's, where the station I started off from got its name. This pub on the left is called Sin and Redemption. It's so bright, it's a bit of a struggle to see my camera screen. I just got back from Europe a few days ago, and there was only 1 or 2 days there where it got this hot. I guess he couldn't be bothered to at least work up to the curb. So Baldwin Village coming up is a commercial enclave. And it's located in the Grange Park neighborhood.
You also get this
And it takes its name from William Warren Baldwin, who was a doctor, businessman, lawyer, judge, architect, and politician. It's quite the impressive resume. This was a Jewish area in the early 20th century. As we go west on Baldwin Village or Baldwin Avenue. I think this is really an underrated neighborhood. And by the 60s, the Jewish population gave way to a mostly Chinese population. And I've been to this place, Teisho Japanese Grill. That's an all-you-can-eat Japanese grill. That is quite fantastic. They have a set menu for lunch there. There's a Thai restaurant. And now realizing I planned this walk directly towards the sun, something I usually avoid doing. And you'll notice the street signs have Chinese characters on them as we're entering Chinatown. That was Beverly Street. Now the next several blocks will be residential. Then I'll cross Spadina along the main stretch of Chinatown and head into Kensington Market. I think most of these homes date back to being over 100 years old.
Really? Canyon, abyss, yeah.
And right now, Canada is playing Greece and Olympic basketball. And they were winning at last check. This is Huron Street. It's kind of a neat mural on the building behind me. Benjamin Moore paints. And that's one of the things that really separates these older neighborhoods in Toronto from the newer suburbs. You'll often have commercial developments in old houses, particularly on street corners, whereas zoning laws forbid that kind of development in the suburbs. They also require wider streets than this, so you end up with these kind of big, wide open, borderline desolate feeling places, where these old neighborhoods are full of character and charm. Not to mention the nonsensical street grids, designed to frustrate you if you're trying to get around by foot or by bike. One of the many reasons why I'm more of a city person. There's an LCBO on the left. So Baldwin Village here breaks at Spadina. There's no way to drive east-west across it. There's where it continues. So this is north up Spadina. And the streetcars aren't running at the moment.
And then I'm
Kensington Market. Let's head in. I don't know if I'm going to go down Kensington Avenue or Augusta Avenue, but we'll cut through. And tomorrow is Pedestrian Sundays here. So all these streets will be closed to vehicle traffic. And that's something that happens the last Sunday of the month, from May to October. This is one of the most popular neighborhoods in Toronto. It reminds me a little bit of Shoreditch and Brick Lane in London. It's known for its specialty shops, vintage clothing retailers. There's a lot of smaller markets here. You can get things like produce and cheese. It always kind of smells like incense in the air. That is a look down Kensington Avenue. That might be the more interesting of the two. I could go over to Augusta Avenue and go south. Kind of being pulled this way, so we'll head south down to Dundas. I did a walk through here maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Walking through a lot of the hidden laneways. And along with Baldwin Village and Chinatown, this also was a predominantly Jewish neighborhood. And a lot of that changed here around the 60s as well. I don't know why I'm walking on this side along the parked cars. Do come here on the last Sunday of the month between May and October if you have the chance. It takes on the atmosphere of kind of a lively street festival.
Yeah. I was going to say, why did you have to do that?
And it is back to Dundas Street West. Well, I could go for some of that right now. So back in that direction is where I started. And just south of here is the Alexandra Park neighborhood, undergoing an extensive revitalization. Hey Google, what's the score of Canada versus Greece in men's basketball at the Olympics? Let's see if this works.
Canada versus Greece. The matchup is today.
I asked you what the score is, you idiot.
Men's basketball game is
Just telling me about the game. I like that sign, closed some Sundays.
O sea, como cosas indias hechas a mano.
Just a look north up Augusta Avenue. So I'm going to keep going until we get to Trinity Bellwoods, and I'm going to stop, take a quick break, and start recording my Ozfest video. It's kind of nice to duck into the shade for a minute. I'm totally not Googling Canada versus Greece score. Halftime, 48-38. Of course, that information is entirely irrelevant to you, as this won't be uploaded until sometime next week at the earliest. And there's a neat row of street food vendors on the other side of Dundas coming up. Buddha's vegan restaurant. And Alexandra Park itself is coming up on the left. And once I cross Bathurst, we'll be out of downtown.
I just signed a contract with.
There's a lot of people enjoying the pool today. This weekend there's a Taste of Vietnam festival down at Nathan Phillips Square. I was there last night. It's part of a live stream. Oh, there we go. 5340. There's I believe it's called the Fun Philippines Festival down at the harbor front. Nom 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 poutine. Elevated Filipino food. Wow, these vendors are closed. Sushi, snacks. Banh mi, I could go for some of that.
I got really paranoid.
I might have to get a drink at the festival or on the way. Hey, we've made it to Bathurst Street. So we're entering the Trinity Bellwoods neighborhood, bounded by Bathurst here to the west, I think Dovercourt Road to the east, College to the north, on a stretch that runs along Little Italy, and Queen Street to the south. There's the closest drive-through you'll find to downtown. At that Mickey D's right there. Toronto's Festival of Beer. That's this weekend. I was reading a thread on Reddit about how there's been a number of pickpockets there. Unfortunately, that seems to be something that's plaguing the city at its big festivals these days. That's one thing I wish we didn't import from Europe. I was watching a video on, or a couple of videos on the Adventure Elliott channel, where he worked with some, I guess, citizen vigilante groups calling out pickpockets in Madrid and Barcelona. They're pretty neat watches. That's Collective Arts, brewery, tap room, kitchen, and store. I think the stretch of Dundas here is kind of underrated. You don't hear a whole lot about it, but there's a lot of neat places. And it's got a pretty cool atmosphere. This streetcar, though, can be a little hokey. I think this SUV with the trailer crossed over in the path of the streetcar, hence all the honking. That place, Old School, is pretty good. It's kind of like a breakfast diner, or I guess just diner in general. A bit of hipster modern flair. We are getting near Trinity Bellwoods. There's an Ossington bus that's been rerouted due to the festival, as Ossington is closed between Dundas here south to Queen. I don't know if I'll upload this video or that video first. But you should be able to find that on the channel around the time that you're watching this. Sometimes with festivals, I try to get them up as soon as I record them, as they often run through the whole weekend, and that gives people a chance to decide if they want to go on the Sunday, or if I upload it, if I record it on a Friday, even on the Saturday. But this is just a one-day festival, so I don't think there's much rush. It's possible there's a fair number of people coming to and from the festival along the stretch of Dundas. All right, I'm gonna need. Thank you. Some liquid refreshment.
Estoy sude y sude. Ándale, Ricky, compra algo de sed. Eso está en la casa, lo tiene.
Zero. That'll do.
Hi.
Hi.
$4.05.
We're-
You already got a single payment. I'll pay the reduction. Well, actually,
Thank you.
I can have the next.
Hopefully $4.05 well spent. I spent $10 on a mango and pineapple shake or smoothie, however you want to call it, yesterday at the festival. And it was good, but I don't think any drink like that is really worth $10. Ooh, that is much needed. Neat patio. Always wanted to try that sandwich shop. And we are nearing the end of the line, at least for the first video.
For this night.
Trinity Bellwoods Park is just coming up on the left. Here is Great Street. You could take that north all the way up to Bloor. And north of Bloor, you would find yourself on Christie Street, right by Christie Pitts Park at the western end of Koreatown. It's a great neighborhood.
One of the few eligible.
So we're heading to the site of the original Trinity College, which was completed back in 1852, but it was taken over and moved to the University of Toronto St. George campus. It's also the site of the former Garrison Creek Ravine, which has long since been buried, although there are remnants of an old bridge that used to cross over the creek. And Trinity Bellwoods extends south down to Queen Street. It's definitely a lot of people taking in some shade. That's what I'll be doing in a minute. Speaking of which, feel free to throw me some shade down in the comments. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting at St. Patrick Station and heading through Baldwin Village, Chinatown, Kensington Market. Heading over to the Trinity Bellwoods neighborhood. Not sure what's going on there. I see a bench. I see a couple of benches. I'm gonna go have a sit for a minute. But do let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you wish to support what I do. On YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership. As a police car so rudely interrupts me, down in the description I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.